soft copper wire. It can be a very dynamic and fluid sculpting medium. It can be used as an armature, or it can stand on its own, so to speak. It's a form of rendering using a line. It's similar to drawing, but in 3 dimensions instead of 2. So for this figure, we're using 18 gauge copper wire. We'll work from the top down, which is why we started with the head. This establishes scale. It starts to suggest form and provides some direction. Initially, we're looking to distribute the wire proportionately. So I like to think of it as a rough sketch, a general layout. It's important to avoid getting caught up in detail at this point. Also, you'll see how all of the limbs of the figure are elongated. So this provides enough material or wire to work with later as the figure starts to evolve. I like to think of this part as an attempt to contain the negative space. So there's a bit of weaving and looping. I'll make a few key markers, little loops that map out reference points or vectors. What we're starting to establish is the location for the shoulders, the elbows, the hands, hips, knees, the feet. If we get these points where we want them, then we have something to refer to as we start to create form. So the great thing about working with this medium is that movement is inherent in the process, and it directly translates. It's like you're weaving energy in the form of copper wire. You're using it to encapsulate the negative space, imagining form where there is none. The challenge is in making very little express or suggest quite a lot. So once the overall form is outlined, the process of sculpting now starts to become more refined. As more wire is added, there is a clearer delineation of the different parts of the body. So background with human anatomy, or rendering the human form in any medium, will help one proceed more by feeling than thinking. The tactile aspect of the process becomes essential. It actually feels like you're able to translate your intention directly with and through the wire. And it's amazing how quickly the form starts to take on personality. There's a lot of movement. It's like an exchange or a dialogue that's underway. There's these continual questions, something being revealed. The further you go, and the more questions, even questions of gender, position, gesture, haven't been answered at this point, which is why it's such an interesting process. There's anticipation, concern, and a surrender, and at the same time, it's just some twisted up copper wire. So taking it seriously is counterproductive. It's a bit of a dance, really. The line traces the movement. There's a rhythm to it. I like it because it's very straightforward. It's very honest and simple. There's nothing to hide. Every move is exposed. And finding the balance between detail and the suggestion of detail is kind of the play here. The viewer has to fill the form in with their imagination. At the same time, we're all very familiar with the human form, so it just simply has to look right. But even within that, we can take certain liberties. This is where abstraction comes into play. So deciding how much to keep literal in order to express something interpretive or engaging or unique. The potential that this very user-friendly medium has is really limitless. I've used copper wire in conjunction with a variety of materials. Copper is a mineral that comes from the earth. It's been used in countless ways for eons. The use of patina, stains and different settings and forms, or bases, that's worthy of a whole separate demonstration. But it's interesting just to note how time can be expressed. There is a certain focus, concentration that's helpful, but keep it light. It's easy to lose yourself, surprise yourself. It's a bit of ancient alchemy, a touch of magic and mystery, perhaps.